Think meditation is hard? Do me a favor. Take a slow, deep breath in. And now breathe out. Congratulations. You just meditated. Hi, I'm Krystal Jakosky, and this is Breathe In, Breathe Out, a weekly mindfulness and meditation podcast for anyone ready to own their own shit and find a little peace while doing it. Welcome back to Breathe In, Breathe Out. I'm Krystal Jakosky, and as always, I am delighted that you're here. I'm delighted that you're choosing in. Thank you for joining me on my journey and letting me be a little part of your journey. This week, I want to talk about the universe and how it is speaking to us, and all we have to do is listen. I mean, really, seriously, literally, are you listening? Because it's speaking. It is so speaking. You are getting notes and pings and notices all the time, and it's up to you to listen because it's there. There have been countless occurrences in my life that I chalk up to the universe speaking and whether or not I listened. It's gotten to the point where people ask me, how the heck did you do that? You just said it was going to happen and it did. Or how did you find that thing? It's so perfect and it took no time at all. You said yesterday you were going to find it and now it's here, but that's something I didn't think you were going to find for weeks. They often answer their own questions with, it's just your thing that you have with the universe, isn't it? I mean, it's almost a sarcastic comment, and yet it's a genuine, oh yeah, she's just tuned in. Here's the deal. Yes, I absolutely agree. I have an air quote thing with the universe. I do believe in the messages that it sends us, in the law of attraction. I believe in a mindset of abundance. I believe that we can accomplish anything that we truly set our minds to and believe that it will happen. Let me say that again. We can accomplish anything we set our minds to and believe that it will happen, because it will happen. The universe listens. My question is, do you? When I was younger in church, I was taught to pray to a Heavenly Father who would listen to my joys, my heartaches, my fears, my pleas, my hurts. I was told he would always be there. I distinctly remember a lesson in my teen years about stopping to listen to his response. What does he have to say back? Are you doing all of the talking? And if so, would you actually like an answer? Because the only way you're going to get an answer is if you stop and listen. As long as you're talking at him, he doesn't have the ability to respond. As long as you're talking at the universe and saying, this is what I want, dang it, give it to me, does it have the ability to respond and tell you how or where or what? This lesson, as a young kid, teenager, gave me pause. My teacher suggested that we go into a dark room, pitch black room, pray, ask a question, and then wait in the pitch black for a response. This was a challenge that she gave to us that we needed to do before we went to church the next week. Well, the darkest room in our house that I would not be interrupted was the bathroom. It was the only room without a window, and I was able to get complete darkness by closing the door and putting a towel across the bottom of the door. And of course, I'm in the bathroom, so nobody's going to bother me, right? I knelt down, said my prayer, I asked for guidance, I asked my question, and then I waited. My knees started to hurt, and I was annoyed, and I was fidgety, so I sat against the wall for a little while. And then I closed the lid on the toilet, and then I sat on the toilet for a little while because I was more comfortable than the floor. And I waited a little bit more. And finally, when I was bored enough, I just decided I'd leave the bathroom, and I went about my teenage life. On the one hand, I felt I hadn't had an answer to speak of. And yet, somehow, I did feel a little bit different about the situation. I don't remember what the question was. I don't remember how I felt different. I just know that I did feel different after asking a question and sitting quietly for a response. Now, where I'm at right now in life, I recognize that as a meditation. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to tune in. I'm going to ask a question. And then I'm going to wait for an answer. I'm going to wait for a response and see what comes. All throughout my life, this lesson has come to mind. It's been a constant reminder of pausing and waiting. It's like going to a gym and building up a muscle. I began to build my listening muscle. I could hear the answers to the questions I was asking. Sometimes it would be a visual picture in my mind was the response. Sometimes it was an emotional feeling like peace washing over me, or calm, or a soothing balm to let me know that it was okay. Sometimes it would be upset. I would ask about a certain course of action to take, and when I asked about that course of action, I would get this uncomfortable, I really don't like that, which would let me know that that was not the direction I should be going. I should go in a completely different directions. I've employed this little gift throughout my life. I have worked on building that listening muscle to make sure that I'm tuning in, that I am hearing what needs to be said. My ears hear so much more than just the birds singing, the wind in the trees, the water trickling down a stream. They hear the notes of the world around me, which means I also see where the universe responds to my requests, to my dreams, my hopes. My eyes see something more. My mental brain can see pictures and images of answers and paths. I was working in the garden one day and I was laying black fabric. My hope was to minimize the amount of weeds that would come up and the amount of weeding that I would then have to do. I was trying to maximize my time throughout the weekend and minimize my time on my hands and knees. And I was laying it out and cutting it and laying it out and cutting it. And in the middle of laying it out, I heard something say, "You need to pin this down now. There's a wind coming." And without a second thought, I immediately grabbed the pins and started putting them in the black fabric. And as I was finishing the last 4 pins, a wind came up that blew everything. And if I had not pinned that fabric down when I had that little message from the universe, I would have been chasing fabric all across the garden, trying to gather it up, relay it in the wind so that I could accomplish the chore that I needed to accomplish that day. It's little bits like this that happen all the time. We are constantly being told, we are constantly getting these little hits from the universe if we listen. It's that intuition. It's that nudge. I challenge you to enter this gym. I challenge you to start stretching this muscle. The next time that you talk to your higher power, whoever, whatever that is, stop to listen. Take a breath and wait. You may be unbelievably surprised at what it says. I was pushing really hard. I've told you guys this several times. I was pushing really hard with the business and I thought, we've got to work. We got to get this done. We got to do more. We got to do faster. And I checked in and I said, what are we doing? Because this is very frustrating. And what should we be doing? And my answer was literally step back, take a break, allow what's going to happen. It'll be okay. When you stop and listen, your answers may surprise you. They will come in so many different ways. It may be a voice. It may be a notion. It may be a thought. It could be a picture, an image of what will happen. Sometimes it's a smell to remind you of where you were or an experience that you had, or to remind you that somebody is loving you and present. It could be an emotional feeling where you want to laugh or cry, or this emotion of stay away, go the other direction. You may be surprised at the answers that you get. And yet those answers come from a very pure, loving, wonderful space, saying everything's good. This is fantastic. This is the direction that you should go. In the beginning, my husband was, are you sure? we should do that. And over the time of us being married, he has learned how to listen and follow my listening to my universe. And not only that, he has been tuning into his own and asking, what should I do? What direction should I go? What answers should I seek? It's wonderful because I know that it's true. I know that it's pure. I know that it is a gift to tune in and listen. So, I hope that the next time you ask for guidance, you remember this and you stop for a moment. Take your time and hear the answer. Because your ears, your mind, your emotions will give you a gift from the universe with answers and beautiful love and guidance. Take your time, build the muscle, and I promise you will see little changes, beautiful changes. That muscle will be so strong that you have the clarity and knowledge that this is absolutely where you should go. I sincerely hope that you tune in and listen to the universe for the answers that you're seeking. I'll see you again next week on Breathe In, Breathe Out. I hope this moment of self-care and healing brought you some hope and peace. I'm Krystal Jakosky on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I hope you check us out and follow along for more content coming soon. I look forward to being with you again here on Breathe In, Breathe Out. Until next time, take care.